So we've created the Coaching Playbook. It's designed around what we believe is the player pathway. So we've looked at youth participation, talent, performance, and adult recreation competition. Our aim is to not just provide a qualification, so we get the minimum standards of a coach, but we're also looking at providing accessible opportunities for coaches to become a better coach in the environment that they coach in. The Coaching Playbook, it's almost divided up into 3 sections. So we've got the coach qualification, which is our core coaching qualification. We've also got the introduction to coaching workshop. Then we've got the kind of coach development. That comes down to the CPD. So we're looking at various accessible ways on how we can best support and update our coaching workforce. So that is down to kind of webinars, it's down to the clinics, the master classes, our online learning, any way that we believe we can support our coaches, then we're going to get that information over to them. Then we've got the coach membership. One key push that we've got at the moment is to make sure that anything that anybody gets involved with within the sport is done in a safe environment. With our coach membership, a coach must have a coach qualification, they must have their DBS through BSUK, and they must have their safeguarding, so completed with our safe on-based courses. The full design of the Coaching Playbook is done around not just us having kind of quality coaches, but quantity of coaches. So we've done everything to make it as accessible as possible. Part of what we've designed is to make sure that we bring coaches up to a minimum standards. Aligned with that is our coach membership, to make sure that not only the coach is safe, but also those that they're coaching are also in a safe environment. So there are hurdles in place for a coach with safeguarding DBS, but it's all done for a bigger purpose, making sure that both athlete and coach are safe. Any coach, I think, in any walk of life, CPD is important. It's looking at how can I better myself. With coaching, there's not one simple answer. Everybody in front of that individual as a coach is completely different. So if you're a good coach and you want to get the best out of someone, obviously you kind of observe the person in front of you and then you think, right, how am I going to get the best out of this person? You're going to go into kind of coach's toolbox. I think, right, I'm going to use this approach, this and this, because this is how I'm going to get the best out of this session. So we're going to kind of offer ongoing development, ongoing support for our coaches to make sure they can be the best that they can be in their coaching environment. Obviously, we're trying to make our courses as accessible as possible, where we've introduced blended learning. There are some face-to-face with our courses. There will be face-to-face with our workshops. There'll be some online to make sure it's accessible, because obviously we're quite aware that if we want to make it accessible, cost plays a big factor. With our core coaching qualification, we've launched the qualification for £200. That cost covers not just tutor time, venue hire, the resources. So we're not looking to make a profit from our courses. If we do make a profit, that's going to go back into supporting development of our coaches. So yeah, we've tried to make it as accessible as possible. We've tried to make it realistic. If you look at our coaching qualification, and if you're going to compare it to the cost of other courses in other sports, we are one of the lowest priced courses throughout all the sports. So I think we've cost it at a reasonable fee, but we're also still aware that coaches are volunteers, so we try to make it as cheap as possible. So as part of the core coaching qualification, for the first year, you get a 1-year free membership. So as part of your membership, you get your insurance, you get access to our online learning. You also get discounted rates then to anything that we look to set up. So again, clinics, masterclasses, they will be reduced for any of our coach members. So you're not just getting a coaching qualification, you're getting a whole lot behind that coaching qualification that you might not see within the 2 days face-to-face, but there's a lot of support and ongoing development behind the coaching qualification. One of our key things that we try to achieve with the Coaching Playbook and the core coaching qualification is accessibility. So we are looking to move our courses, clinics, masterclasses all around the UK. So all our courses, there is going to be inside. So we're going to be reaching out to baseball clubs, softball leagues, to try and get the engagement. So we've got a course in Bristol, we've got a course in Manchester, but they are going to start moving all around the UK. So there might not be one on your doorstep immediately, but no doubt in the future. To host a coaching course, we're more than happy for clubs or leagues to reach out to us. The one thing that we're trying to build is that relationship with the softball and baseball community and its members. So if you are interested in running a course, please do reach out to us on coaching@bsuk.com and we can look at setting up a course within your area. The one key thing we're trying to really improve on is the safeguarding of the sport and the individuals within the sport. We are launching the Find a Coach page. So the Find a Coach page is a list of our active coach members. So if you are a coach member, you'll be on that list if you have your qualification, your coach membership, your safeguarding and your DBS in place. If you've not got that in place, if one of them kind of drops off, so your DBS expires, for example, you'll automatically drop off that list until you've updated it. So that Find a Coach page will be I would say hopefully, a first-stop shop for clubs, parents, schools, not only to look for a coach, but to check that the coach that they're currently using have all the credentials in place. What the Find a Coach page also does, or how it works, is if you are a coach and you're looking for more work, then you can add your contact details onto the Find a Coach page, and you can also build a bio on there. So if there are clubs and schools looking for coaches, then that will be the first place they look for a coach. So the Coaching Playbook has come to life by BSUK, BBF and BSF really working together to design and develop this program. Bringing in Mike Hayward, bringing in Alice Hunter has been a massive support to us. They've been a driving factor, and everything that we've done has obviously had the support and the backing from both softball and baseball. So what we've designed is suitable not just for baseball, but it's also suitable for softball as well. Looking forward, we're still going to work as a tripartite to make sure that wherever we build or wherever we look to develop is going to be kind of fit for purpose for all three disciplines. So we are looking at a clinic to be hosted in Birmingham at the end of November, which again will cover certain elements within all three disciplines, where we can get all three sports kind of come together to learn from some of the best coaches we have in GB. With a coaching qualification, people think that, right, I've got the qualification, so there's no longer a need for me to develop. As we know, there's a lot more to coaching than we can put into a course. So what we've designed, the coach has the autonomy to obviously utilise what we're producing and what we can support them with, but we also want them to look outside of our bubble, have a look what other sports are doing, utilise some of the resources and tools that they have. The one thing we're coaching, you plan, you do, then a review. We're constantly on that cycle. So the planning, well, we might do a course, do it, you complete it, you do your coaching, then you always kind of reassess where you're at, so you want to improve. What we expect out of our athletes is the same as what we should expect out of our coaches. We always want to improve. So yeah, please do access all our supporting resources that we've got, and please do sign up for any webinars, workshops that we run. Everybody's different. Everybody is completely different, and what they want out of that certain discipline might be completely different. How they learn is completely different. Some people want to be told, whereas some people want to be questioned. So if you want that person to not just have a good experience, but then stay in the sport, it's down to you as a coach to make sure that, right, I can create that enjoyable environment and provide them with the best experience. So not only do they come into the sport, they fall in love with the sport and they continue in the sport. Coaching Playbook is just the start of the journey. This is currently phase 1. Phase 2 next year, we'll be looking to introduce the Coach Membership Plus. So any coaches that are coaching outside of a club environment and are looking to be insured, if they're doing kind of their one-to-one training or coaching in schools, etc., then we'll have a Coach Membership Plus for the coaches. Phase 3, this is where we're going to look at introducing kind of ongoing observation or assessment of our coaches to make sure that they have the skill set to deliver or be the best they can be within certain environments. So one of the key things that we're trying to build with Coaching Playbook, or one of the kind of the goals of what we try to achieve, is we want to set foundation for future of all three disciplines. So I want to look kind of 10 years or beyond 10 years down the line, where we have got a lot of homegrown talented coaches and a lot of homegrown talented athletes. Having that pathway in place, so like I said, from youth participation all the way through to performance, we can now provide the coaches within each environment with the tools that they can become the best coaches they can be within that set environment. So that then allows kind of athletes to properly progress because they've had the experience, they've been in the environment where the coach has got skill set to make sure that they can not just improve but develop and progress throughout that athlete journey.